So hello guys. So I have deployed a project in Google Cloud Platform or GCP. So the project look like this, and also this website I have enabled SSL certificate. So this will show this connection is secure. So anyone using this website will feel secure while using it, and their data will be encrypted. So here you can see I have logged into the website, and this is a simple file sharing application, and MongoDB database is running behind it. To You can just browse your computer and drop anything here, and it will click create a link, and this link via this link you can easily share your file or do anything. So I will just show you how to deploy this application. Okay, so first thing first, you need a cloud platform to deploy this application. I have used Google Cloud Web Platform here, or GCP here. So here in GCP, I have created an instance dedicated for it. So let's go to the details of this instance. So here you can see the instance ID and everything here is running. So I will show you how to create the instance and what I have done to allow everything, allow traffic and everything, whatever. So let's go to the VM instances again. Here in create instance, I have selected the US Central one, okay, because it is one of the lowest cost we can afford, and also for machine type I have selected the micro one, and it is pretty much cheap here, you can say. And also uh, this account has free cloud credits, Google Cloud credits for 3 months. So I am using this. And so what other things I have modified, I have changed this boot ticks modification. So what I have done, I am using here Ubuntu, and this boot ticks type will be balance persistent ticks. This is right because you need a little bit of speed while doing this node project. And also you can use Ubuntu x86 or 60-bit. Okay, both are good, and 10 GB size is okay. I am not creating another instance. Okay, I am just showing you what to do, and I have allowed all the HTTP traffics. And also while creating the instance, remember to add a SSH key. Without SSH key, you won't be able to uh, log into the VM. So how will we create the SSH key? Here you can add an item which will be SSH key. And how we will generate this SSH? We will install putty for it, and with putty comes puttygen. We will go to the puttygen. Okay, and here we will click the generate option. Now in blank area, if we move the cursor, a public key will be generated. In the key, for your reference, this key comment will be your username. So username is Sierkaru, and you can type your password here. So whenever you will be logging to the VM, okay, so this will be needed. So what we will do next, we will just copy the whole thing. After this, you will just simply create this instance. Okay, so after creating this instance, we need to do two things. First, because we are deploying it to with a domain, so we need a static IP address. Static IP address, this is the first thing. Second thing, whenever you will be deploying the SSL certificate, so it will take some other ports needed to be open. So you need to open some specific ports, or if you just want to deploy it for your testing purpose, you can open all of the ports you wanted. So how you will do that? You can do it going to VPC network. First of all, you need to go to the IP address. Here you can see Okay, so here you can see, go to the external IP address. I have bought these two IP addresses because I want them to be static. So if the server restarts or anything happens, so this IP address doesn't changes. So what we need, this IP address need to be fixed. Okay. Second one is to be firewall. We need to create a firewall rule to allow all traffic to the VM. Okay, this it is not advisable to allow all that traffic, I know that, but for some specific reasons I will allow these IP ranges to interfere with my project. Okay, because my project will be running in a different port, and also I need to accept my SSL certificates, so we need to also accept the HTTPS traffics. So I need to open this all ranges port for HTTP and HTTPS traffics. So I have opened them all. Now what we'll do, we have deployed the deployed the server, okay, in the Google Cloud platform. Now we just need to save this private key. Okay, so I have just created an example here. This is not right. So this is the first thing first. So just need to get the private key here, so we can log in through putty. So how you will log in through putty to the server? Now here you will go to the putty. Okay, so I will open the putty app. So now in putty, here you will type the hostname. Also you need to log into FileZilla for just drag and drop whatever you need. Okay, so first one, how will connect to with putty? Here you will type the host name in this section. Second, in SSH section you will expand the SSH section. We go to the auth. Here you will browse the private key file and select the key file. You just need to do that, and I have saved the session, so I will not do, and I will just click open, and here you can see I will be connected to my instance. So I am just keeping my password here. So here I am connected to my instance. Now what we need to do here? First thing, we need to run some commands. First command will be sudo apt update. So what this command will do? This command will update all of the dependencies and files here. Okay. Now what will be our second command? Second command will be, we will install Nginx. So what is the command to install Nginx? The command I have already installed Nginx here, so I will not type the command again. So to install Nginx, the command will be sudo apt install Nginx. So this is a simple command to install Nginx. So we don't need to be specified version for Nginx. So just installing Nginx is enough. Now what is the next part? Next part will be installing the node you are using for the project. For this project, this node project, the node version is version 16. So I will find how to install version 16 in node version 16 in Ubuntu 20. So node 16 in Ubuntu 20. You can see there is a simple tutorial or link, so I will just copy paste those links. So you need to just call this, and after that just sudo apt install node.js. So this node will be version 16. As you can see, I have already installed the node, and my node version is this. Okay, so you need to also install npm. To install npm, the command is also simple. It's sudo apt install npm. So npm also will be installed. Okay, so now my npm, you can see also the npm minus b. So this is my, sorry, I typed npm minus b. So this is my npm version is 8.18. Now after installing npm, what we will do, we will just go to this folder, to make change. We go to var and www. Okay, here you can see I have copied the zip file here. Okay, there is also a default file, default folder is html folder. I will hide this because our server will only listen to 3000 port. I will come to that after some time. Before that, we will copy our code with a zip file and populate here. Okay, so I am not installing any git here because the server is small and installing git may slow down the server and development process, but you can do it, okay, with the micro server. Okay, it is good, but I am not using it here. So now what will we do? After going to the files here, you can see, okay, here in the files here you can see the folders and everything. So here you need to keep in mind some things. First of all, this package log json, okay, package log json and node modules, okay, these are auto generated. So what you need to do, you need to first remove these two. So how you will remove that, I will show you, but first I need to kill the process because the website is running. So I need to stop that. So website is now stopped. So what I can do, I can remove these two files because these are auto generated. So what I will do, sudo rm minus r. Also what I can remove, package log json, and what I also remove, what is node modules. I can remove these two. Okay, these are removed. So after everything, what I need to do is do a npm install here. Why I am doing npm install here? Because this npm install will add and install all the dependencies of your node project to the server, and if all the versions are okay, then your project will run. But if your versions are not okay, your project will not run. So here is sudo npm install. If everything okay and your server js file is okay, if there is no error, so this will run and populate everything. So it is populating the trees and others. Okay, here now you can see that the site website will be down. Okay, look, error of bad gateway because I have stopped the website and regenerating the file. So website is down. Okay, you can see that zero vulnerabilities means your website is installed successfully. So how you will run your website is sudo node server.js. Look, the server licenses 3004 and database is connected. Okay, but here is the catch here that my server is not, you can see, you cannot see anywhere that my server is running in 3000 port. So what I did to hide this, okay, before that, before showing that, I will show you that how to reinstate this everything. So you can see that this running database or this if I start node server.js, the process kills away if I close my server or close my anything, close this window, the application will stop running in background. So keep it running in background, we need to add pm2. So pm2 is a tool to fork the node application. So you can install it by just searching here pm2 install in node. Okay, you can just go here and you can see just this one sudo npm ig minus pm2. Just you need to install the pm2 by typing this, need nothing else. So what will this pm2 do? You can see I can, so pm2 we will start this node application. So start server.js will be here. Okay, pm2 start server.js will be here, and also the name will be of this application will be of your choice. Okay, I am giving Kara. So the application is forked and it is online. Okay, so this startup command, okay, as you can see this startup command, what we will do this command is just to run the application even at the server restart. Remember we have created this instance with a static host. So if the server restart with by chance, so the host id will be same or the external ip will be same, so there will be no problem. Okay, now I will just copy this and everything is saved. So another thing, what we were talking about, that my server is not showing anything that it is running on the port 300. So how I managed to show the server that actually this application is running 300, but for the external traffic it is showing that it is running at uh, normal 80 port. So how 80 port or 443 port? For SSL it will be 443. So how can you see that? You can see by sudo vi etc nginx sites available default. So in this file you need to paste this. Okay, you need to paste this, or you need to add this. Okay, what I can say properly, you need to add this. So what is the function of this command or this syntax? This proxy passes, or whenever any outside application hits here, okay, it passes its proxy to localhost 300 or 3000 port. Means whenever, okay, you can see whenever the server comes anything, okay, okay, whenever the server hits in in this ip address, okay, the ip address of this host, which is uh, the external ip, you can say here the ip address of this host, which is the external ip. Okay, it just moves the traffic to the port 3000. This is the function of this configuration file of Nginx, and Nginx is just shifting the traffic, all the traffic, to running app running port 3000 where the application is running. Okay, okay, so we just need to edit this here, and also after everything you edited the um, host name, okay, you edited the proxy server, after editing the Nginx proxy server after successfully installing npm, after successfully installing pm2, after successfully running the application. What you will get with the IP address, local IP address. But here is the problem happens whenever you are switching to HTTP site to HTTPS site. Suppose your code has some snippets. You can see here src config assets auto.js. You can see there are constant URLs. So whenever you are moving your site to HTTP to this URL, you need to make these changes in your JavaScript file. Okay, you need to make this HTTPS whatever website you are or whatever domain name you are adding to it. Remember, you need to first get the domain name before you make your site the secure site or SSL one, means HTTP to HTTPS. So first, how I get the domain name for free? For free domain name, you need to go to this site, free nom. It provides you free domain names. You can see I have a login. Here is my domain. Look, I have my domain, and if this domain is completely free, and you can get this free domain up to 1 year, and it is for a long time. Okay, so this domain is free, and what I have done, I have added I have gone to the manage pre-dom DNS, and I have added my IP address here with www and without www. So what it will do, whichever request comes to this IP address, you know about DNS calling, right? Whichever request come to this CRCARO, it will move the request to this IP address. After going to this IP address, this will hit our VM instance and do the necessary works. I am not going details about that. Okay, so here what things happens, and also you need to change this to HTTPS. Without that, your production deployment will not be succeeded. Okay, and also while doing the server rename thing, okay, the server rename thing, we also need to add your server name here, www.crcaro.com. It is very important to add this server name here to continue with that. After that, you can install your SSL certificate. Here is the instruction. This website, you from this website you can get your SSL certificate for free for 3 months. Okay, you just need to select your software, which software you are using, and also the um, Linux version of your software. Just the two things you need, and after that you will be able to install your SSL application. So these things you need to do to get the application to production. As you can see, this application is running fine and it is working very fast. Okay, there is no lag in the application side. Okay, you can see it is easily going through anywhere. Okay, this is fire some they have integrated a Firebase with this application. You can see this app is pretty responsive, and this everything is secure. Okay, means in the deployment of the application is pretty good, and you need to follow. So hence you can say I have deployed the application with a cloud instance, and also installed everything, every software required inside in it, and also um, deploy the application in production with SSL and SSL, and also a domain name parked the application successfully. So whenever I close the session or whatever, okay, if I close the session, so you can access the application from any browser. Suppose I want to access this application from this browser. I okay, okay, so this is the application I can access, and it is running fine in any browser. So that's it. So that's how I have deployed this Node.js application. Thank you.